Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez, Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for zip, boom, bam, ram-a-lam-a, ding-dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
armchair
with liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me. You can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won Baseball World Championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same 3 criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a, ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. There come Parisians they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baseline. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. And it'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. And it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local...
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, eh, buddy? He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stand's full of people all roaring. Good baseball. Never known this is West.
Welcome in, Braves country. Hope y'all are having a fine day, fine evening. Hope you had a fun break. We're just about ready to get set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Chris Sale is doing his final warm-up tosses, so as soon as he completes that, we will be ready to roll. Braves are wearing their Friday night reds, and as soon as the 3D kicks in, we will bring it to you live. Braves wearing their Friday night reds. Braves across the chest in navy, outlined in white. White pants, blue ball cap, red bill. White A representing the city of Atlanta. Atlanta Braves baseball club from 1871 to present day, from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. Oldest continuous sports franchise in North American sports history. And top to bottom for the Texas Rangers tonight in the lineup, it's Fosk, Langford, Nimmo, and Young. Berger batting cleanup. Duran batting 6th. Cawley 7th. Diaz 8th, and Lopez 9th. Braves top to bottom. Baldwin, Ozzie, Olson, Harris, Dubon, Smith is the DH, Riley, Jarvis, and Hicklin. And as we're just about set, we will bring this to you. As Sale has to kick off some dirt off his shoes, maybe knock a little rust off. There are some dark clouds in the background. Hopefully that won't be an issue. We are just about set. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in Braves country, and the first pitch on the way. Whistles is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 missing high and inside, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Infield back into the left. Sale looking into Drake. The pitch on the way. Swing. Pops it up, high in the sky, coming in right field is Brewer Hicklin. F9 your scorecard, he'll make the catch, and there's one away. One up, one down. Left to right across the outfield for your Atlanta Braves is Dubon, Harris, and Hicklin. Round the corner, third to first, Riley, Jarvis, Ozzie, and Olson. Drake behind the plate, and of course Chris Sale is on the bump. Lefty-righty matchup. Sale looking into Wyatt Langford, the number 2 hitter. First pitch is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. We took the Atlanta Braves to win this one 8-2 on the back of Chris Sale, and we're taking Olson to click today. Second part of our doubleheader. The 1-0 pitch. Drops the slider in there, gets banged towards the third base dugout near the camera well, and it's 1-1. 1-1 count. 0-0 your score. Sale turns and kicks. Swing, rolls it on the ground over to short. Jarvis has it, flips it to first, and there's one away. And worked on a few things during the downtime, and we'll go ahead and play his clip for a defensive play. Here's the new JJ Jim Jarvis sound.
You know, JJ, I tell you, man, you got too much class.
What can I say? This is it. 100% pure butter. I think you better slow down. Just slow down. I can't. My motor is running. I can't stop. Happy, bright, pure dynamite.
Brandon Nimmo, the batter, lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch swinging, four-seam fastball. Swing and a miss, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Sale looking in, brings it. Swing and a miss, Brandon Nimmo down 0-2. Nimmo, the former New York Met, he was always a pesky out when he was with New York. He used to drive Spencer Strider bananas, peppering away pitches. The 0-2 to Nimmo. Upstairs looked like a strike. They're not going to challenge it. A little too early in the game for that, but it did look like it hit the top of the corner. Your home plate umpire is Chris Conroy. Ben May is at first. Brennan Miller at second. Down the third base line, it's John Toon Payne. The 1-2's fouled back. Four-seam fastball over the third base dugout. We'll do it again. Just getting going here. Nothing your score. 2 up, 2 down. Game 1 of a 3-game set before the Braves welcome in the San Diego Padres on Monday. The 1-2. Four-seam, 97 misses. 2-2. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it high in foul territory. Making the running catch is Chris Sale. He's coming out of the All-Star break ready to rock and roll. We'll be back in a flash. Jacob deGrom got a bit of a smile off of that. Braves nothing, Rangers nothing. We head to the bottom of the first.
What were Stephen Hawking's last words?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but that butter knife is not a screwdriver. He never asked to be no screwdriver, okay? That's why he bent up in that drawer, okay? He like cauliflower, he only wants to be a butter knife. He only ever dreamed of cutting butter. Y'all the ones that's making him build furniture in your house. Cauliflower never asked y'all to be no chicken wing. He just wanted to be in the field with broccoli. Y'all is the problem.
Stogies. Why do we call cigars stogies? Well, it's mostly called stogies in America, if anywhere, because that's where it comes from. During the times of the Wild West, or a little bit later, guys used to drive wagons, big heavy-duty tarps on the back of them, and they used to be called Conestoga wagons. And the drivers used to smoke, it was noted that the drivers used to smoke a long, thin cigar-type cigarette thing, and they were associated with the drivers of the wagons, Conestoga wagons, and eventually Conestoga wagons got the nickname Stogies, and that's what it was related to.
Mo Berg shared a suite with Babe. Babe was in the bedroom with, what shall I call it, multiple feminine companionship. And the phone rang, and Mo thought it was for Babe. He didn't pick it up, but Babe came in some déshabillé with his pants down and said, "You're Babe Ruth. He's Father Flanagan. Tell him you'll be right down." Oh, "Hello, Father. This is Babe. I'll be right down." Later he said to Babe, "Why couldn't you have said that?" And Babe said, "Me, with what I was doing, talk to a priest? Never."
Oh, my mama. Some of you don't even know the 3 branches of the government. Get the f***
Welcome back. Drake Baldwin standing in. He'll be leading off for your Atlanta Braves, followed by Ozzie Albies and Matt Olson. If anybody gets on, Michael Harris and Dubon. Cal Quantrell going to the bump, and the high blue Sox kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. It's a strike. It's 0-1. Texas wearing their road grays. Top to bottom, Texas across the chest in blue, outlined in white and red. Blue ball cap with the T on the front is the 0-1, fouled away. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Brings it. Swing, slaps it away. Keep it alive, and we'll do it again. Left to right across the outfield for the Texas Rangers, it's Langford, Cawley, and Nemo. Young is at third. Duran at short. Lopez at second. Jake Berger, the ex-Marlin, at first, and Diaz behind the plate. The 0-2 pitch swing. Knocks it on the ground over towards short. It'll be a quick 6-3 put out, and there is one away. What you'll get from Cal Quantrill tonight is a 5-pitch mix. Leans on that sinker and cutter the most. A total of 60% of the time, just about flat even, 30% apiece. Then he comes in with that 4-seam fastball and splitter, even Steven at 18% each there. And that takes you to the curveball the rest of the way, just enough to keep you off balance at about 4 to 5%. First pitch to Ozzie Albies is a curveball. Knocked in the ground foul. It's 0-1. Atlanta Braves come in today. 2.5 games in front of the Phillies, who lost last night out of the break. They are off tonight. Series against the Mets in Philadelphia. 55-40 on the year, 27-18 at home. Splitter misses off the plate wide. 1-1. Texas Rangers, they are 25-25 on the road, 49-47 overall. The 1-1 count. Golfs it up. High down the left field line. Foul territory, giving chase. It's going to bang off the tarps. Dead ball, 1-2. Good to see everybody in the chat. Royal Pita, Charlie, Spaceman, Rosemary, Bobby, Bugs, Nathaniel Brooks, The Nation. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, 4-seam fastball, strike 3. Scotty B. Chop Shop. Tim Panel. Good to see all the country club members. Everybody else, howdy as well. Again, running in here on a double header gets a little tight on the second half of it, trying to do the roll call and whatnot. Righty-lefty matchup. Matt Olson, the batter. First pitch misses outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. See the old big truck in here. Steve and Nick. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the 4-seamer right by him. 1-1. What you typically see coming out of the break, James Ray, Alice, JC, is the offense is behind the pitching. The 1-1, down and away. 2-1. And that's in the early going of game one. You just normally see, it's very rare that you see a lot of runs put on the board. We saw it today in the Boston game. Very slow going, and then they hit the 6th inning. The Boston bats woke up. The 2-1 pitch, swing, chops it down the line, foul, 2-2. It's been famously said several times, hitting is timing, pitching is the art of breaking up that timing. And they kind of have the upper hand when you have about 3 or 4 days off like these teams have had. But I do expect the Braves to get some runs on the board. They've usually hit Cal Quantrill pretty well. But I expect some rust the first time through. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, laces it over to... Oh, that ball's going to get through the hole into right field. Kind of an Olay play over there. Lopez, the second baseman. And Matt Olson gets things going here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House.
A hot shot.
As it gets.
A rocket. Lopez just kind of tried to stick his glove out there. He didn't go by the old adage, you've got to get in front of the ball and knock it down. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris II is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. He made a business decision there, Lopez. He said, I'm not trying to get killed out here on the first game back. The 1-0 pitch. Swing, pop up. And if it stays in play, it'll be bad news. It does not. It'll bang off the top of the dugout there at third. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Good to see everybody here on a Friday night in Braves country. Appreciate you spending your night with us. Appreciate you spending your season with us. We've got a ton of doubleheaders planned in the back half of this season. The 1-1 pitch. Swing pops it up, out of play. The main thing, the main key to the game on these doubleheaders is we're going to chase the games that are playoff relevant. Obviously, when it's a team that the Braves are fighting off, they're going to take first precedence, so Phillies and Marlins and anybody else. But we try to spread it around American League and National League. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, slices it towards left field. That's down for a base hit. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes the throw, and they will stop Olsen at second base, but Money Mike wigging up the sticks here on a Friday night in Braves country.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
They were playing Michael to pull, and he just hit it against the shift and went shopping in the gap on a Friday night. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So Mauricio Dubon, the batter, righty-righty matchup. First pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Dubon has hit very well. Runners in scoring position. Batting .265 on the year, 10 home runs, 51 RBI. You'll be happy to know that Ronald Acuna Jr. is on his way back. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss over the top. It's 1-1. He clocked a grand slam in the Florida PCL League, which those are the bottom of the barrel. But he's moving to AAA. They gave him tonight off for him to play on Saturday and Sunday, and that might be it. He might be back next week. The 1-1. Swing lifted. High into right field, lazy pop fly, and that's going to kill the rally and end the inning. But the Braves put a couple of runners on, get the juices going. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the top of the second here in Braves country. Where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
You're in Braves country.
It's always great to hear where everybody's listening here in Braves country. Thompson, Georgia, Texas, Philly, PA, West Blockton, Alabama, Chattanooga, Bedford, Virginia, Lafayette, Georgia, not to be confused with Lafayette, Louisiana, Lake City. We go back to work, and the first pitch on the way from Chris Sale is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Make sure that thing gets straightened up there. Lefty-righty matchup, the 0-1 pitch. Sale kicks and fires. Popped up. High into right field. Coming down, making the easy catch out there is Brewer Hicklin. And there's one away. One up, one down, top of the second, 0-0 your score. First pitch on the way to Jake Berger is a four-seam fastball right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Sale comes set, brings it. Upstairs, just misses the top shelf for a strike. 1-1. So 1-1 count, 0-0 your score. Braves with a couple hits. Texas went hitless in the first inning. 1-1, Chris Sale bringing it, and it's a four-seamer, just misses inside. 2-1. Chris Sale keeps it pretty simple with a four-pitch mix. He throws the slider, four-seam, changeup, and sinker. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Well out in front of that slider. Coming in at about 77 miles an hour. You talk about something that just stops in midair, waits for you to swing, and then comes to the plate. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. 2 down. Two up, two down. That slider and four-seam are pretty close to each other depending on the start, but they come in total of 80% of the time. Pretty close, 41-39 the slider rules. As the first pitch upstairs, four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. And the changeup and sinker the same, about pretty even on the rest of the 20%. Coming in at 10.5 on the changeup and 9.5 on the sinker. He is living proof you can head to the Hall of Fame without a full repertoire of what the pitchers have today. That 5, 6, some of them have 7 pitches going on the regular. The 0-1. Duran digging in. The pitch swing pops it up, back foul. It's 0-2. Ezekiel Duran batting .270 on the year. 10 home runs. Not sure if I did it, but in case I didn't get to the whole, I believe I did, but around the horn it's Riley, Jarvis, Ozzie, and Olsen, and Drake is behind the plate. Pretty sure I did that in the first inning. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. I do remember giving you the outfield, Dubon, Harris to Hicklin. The 1-2. Swing, slaps it down the first base line towards the dugout, and will do it again. Game 1 here tonight. Game 2 tomorrow. That is a 4:10 first pitch. Will come on the air about 3:45. And Sunday, 1:15, 1:35 first pitch. Owen Murphy gets the first start of his young career tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the high cheese. We'll head to break. Bottom of the second we go. 0-0 here in Braves country.
What's for dinner? Hey, Chef, what's for dinner?
My favorite. What's for dinner? Get in my belly.
Blob, the Blob, Blob Barker, Blob of the Hutt, and Rub-a-Dub Chub.
What do you want for dinner?
I don't care.
One large jambalaya, please.
Jambalaya? Biggie can't fit through doorway.
Oh, this is fantastic.
You got my shirt at the Big and Tall shop? When did I make the crossover? I can't feel my hands.
You gonna eat your cornbread? It's the wood that makes it good.
Oh my God, I'm fatter than the skipper.
No and then.
And then.
No and then. No and then. No and then.
I refuse to play your Chinese food mind games.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, Chinese food seems kind of complicated. Well, maybe for a less experienced chef.
That ketchup?
It's just a base. You don't understand cooking.
Hey, you know what? I just figured out what I want for dinner. A nice hot bowl of shredded stew.
Gazpacho, por favor.
Por favor.
I'm part Spanish.
Adios, muchacho.
Maybe you're getting cheese ball syndrome.
I love broccoli. It's good for you.
Then maybe you'd like to have a piece.
Vile weed!
Hurry up and munch those fries. We've got to get back to work soon.
One large crab bisque to go.
You want bread? You're pushing your luck, little man.
Huh, you know what? I'm sorry. I've had shredded stew before, and it sure as diddly didn't taste like that.
I'll tell you what, a refill on this delicious exotic tea.
That's duck sauce.
That is good.
We're trying to lose weight.
Fatty McButterpants.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
I'm gonna order us some pizza.
Little neighborhood joint called Domino's.
Domino's?
Everybody enjoying the food so far?
Oh my God, yes. We're gonna come tomorrow night and every other night for the rest of our lives.
Oh, and don't cheap out on the tip. We all know you're loaded now.
What's for dinner?
Welcome back, y'all. First pitch from Cal Quantrell is a sinker to Dominic Smith. Smacked away foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Homemade shepherd's pie. Well, all right. Turkey Sammy's. Fried chicken. Ain't nothing wrong with fried chicken there, Tim. The 0-1 pitch. Misses high. 1-1. 1-1 count. 0-0 your score. Brings it. Chopper down the first baseline foul. 1-2. Saw a report from Ken Rosenthal, and you can take it with a grain of salt because I don't know how tuned in Ken Rosenthal is to what the Atlanta Braves are doing, because if he said it for other teams, I would almost give it some basis, but the Braves are normally so tight-lipped about what they're doing in the front office. But Ken Rosenthal said that the Braves are focusing on hitting and not pitching. As the 1-2 pitch swing ropes it into right field. That's through for a base hit. And the Dominator's on. Let's see if we can get some of these base hits to equate into base runs.
Believe again.
One on, nobody out. And somebody didn't give Austin Riley that haircut we had suggested during the break. So hopefully Auntie Sampson can get through this struggle bus without the help of a little baseball luck. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Riley. Swung on and rifle back foul. It's 0-1. Austin Riley just above the Mendoza line. If he doesn't watch it, they're going to rename it the Riley line. Batting .207. He's been hanging around there all year long. His Mendoza line's really more around 210. Sometimes he's above it, sometimes he's below it. The 0-1 pitch swing. High chopper to third. Backhanded by Jace Young. Good throw. And now they're going to say it's foul. I was wondering why Riley pulled up. He was kind of jogging through it. Riley normally, one thing you can't say about Riley is that he doesn't hustle. So it's an 0-2 count. Everybody will return to their positions. Yankees and Dodgers, that's a fun one to start off your second half of the Major League Baseball season coming out of the All-Star break. The Dodgers are in New York to face the Yankees. Then they'll head to Philadelphia to face the Phillies on Monday. They are 0-0, by the way, in New York. The 0-2. Riley digging in. Throw missed high. Dominic Smith with a huge lead over there. He does not have stolen base ability. So I'm not sure why he had such a big lead, but he's got a big grin on his face as he scampers back to first. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? The 1-2 pitch, swing, Rifles it towards right field. That's a C&I single. We'll take it, and your Atlanta Braves have runners at first and second, and nobody out.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Good piece of hitting there by Austin Riley. Just muscled one over the infield's head. Not a hard hit ball, but it'll look like a base rip in your scorecard tomorrow. That'll bring Jim Jarvis to the plate. JJ, righty lefty, first pitch swinging, pops it back foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Dixon fires outside wide. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. 0-0 your score, first and second, nobody out. The infield is playing back and to the right. Turns and kicks. Swing! Slaps it away. Just enough to knock it back foul, 1-2. Probably one he should have laid off there. Chased one a little bit out. Brewer Hicklin, the number 9 hitter, standing on deck. If you're just joining us, Acuna is going to be starting his rehab tomorrow in Gwinnett. He flew in today. As the 1-2 pitch misses outside wide, 2-2. They're giving him the day off. Hassan Kim is also starting his. I'm assuming they're doing the same for him. I would think Acuna is going to be back sooner than Kim. You would hope that they would give Kim a chance to totally reset. But we'll see how they play it out. Cal Quantrell spins around and chases the runner back to second base. Per the CBA agreement with Major League Baseball, you can't keep a guy down on a rehab assignment for more than 19 days if he's an everyday player. The 2-2 outside wide. Full count. If he's a pitcher, specifically a starting pitcher, you can keep someone up to a month. On that end, the SSAJ is on his way back. He should have one, maybe two more starts left before he's back in Braves country. The 3-2 pitch, swing, punches it back foul, and we'll do it again. In honest engine, I wish there was some kind of trade value in Hassan Kim, but he may just be that bench player or a guy that starts against lefties, giving Jim Jarvis the day off, because I think Jarvis has done pretty darn good. The 3-2 pitch, and down and away, ball 4. They're going to challenge that. That is a really close call. We may lose this one. Challenge coming in from the catcher, Diaz. And yep, it is a strike. So it'll be a backwards K in the book. I mean, that maybe 5% of the ball in the bottom of the zone, bottom corner, hit the zone. And that'll bring Brewer Hicklin. Jarvis is upset, thought he had worked his way aboard. Good at bat by Jarvis nonetheless. So the Alabama Crimson Tide will go back to the dugout, and Brewer Hicklin, the batter, first pitch swinging, pop up. High into right center field, and that's going to be an easy out. F8, they fire it down to second base. Smith back in time, and there's quickly 2 outs. So what was once a very promising inning in 2 pitches turns into 2 outs, and now it'll be all up to Drake Baldwin, who has been going through it recently. It's probably the worst struggle he's ever had as a professional hitter. Batting average down to .254. He does have 15 home runs. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch on the way, outside wide, it's 1-0. If Drake can keep the line moving, number 2 hitter Ozzie Albies is on deck. Olsen in the hole. Just got to get Chris Sale some run support here. The 1-0 pitch. Up high and out of the zone. Ball 2-0. Miami has just begun their game in Milwaukee against the Brewers, so we'll keep you up to date on that. It's the only game in our division going on right now. Later on tonight, Washington is at the Athletics, the 2-0. Splitter drops in there for a strike, 2-1. Pretty good pitching matchup out in Milwaukee tonight. It's Sandy Alcantara versus Logan Henderson. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing went around, 2-2. So Deuce is wild now, 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. Drake Baldwin trying to find a way to punch through here as we begin the back half of the season. 95 games in. It means we got 67 to go. The 2-2, outside wide, 3-2. It's going to be a dead sprint going all the way into late September. And your trading deadline is 17 games away, counting tonight's. Monday, August 3rd, 6 p.m. is the deadline. The payoff pitch, runners will be on the move, brings it. Swing, pop up, and that'll fly well over the third base dugout, and we'll do it again. Ozzie Albies once again is on deck. The 3-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, slaps it through the hole. That ball's got eyes. We're going to get the lead to start the game tonight. It's 1-0. Your Atlanta Braves.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Hard hit ball against the shift. They were playing him to pull, and he hit it to what is considered the conventional shortstop position. Huge hole over there, and the Drake went with it with the four-seamer on the outer edge, and Atlanta leads it 1-0. On the play, the runner at first moves down to third, and we've got runners on the corners. With 2 outs, and Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch on the way, swing, laces it into right field. That ball's going to get down. That run's going to score, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 2-0 lead with the whiz, baby, the whiz.
I'm the whiz. I'm the whiz. I'm the whiz, and nobody beats me.
He went down and got one around his shoe tops and just kind of poked it over the second baseman's head. Leaping attempt by Lopez, but just over his glove. Say about 3 or 4 inches. The exit velo was only 69 miles an hour. That tells you how lightly hit that ball was. A couple of those so far for the Braves. In fact, the man that scored that run right there, that's how he got aboard. Austin Riley with the run, Dominic Smith with the run. 2 on, 2 out. Quick mound visit by Jordan Teagues, this pitching coach of the Texas Rangers, as his manager Skip Schumacher looks on. He was always a tough deal when he was with Miami. So I always thought Skip Schumacher got more out of his team. It's a good hire by Texas, and he's got them in the fight right now. First pitch on the way is a cutter upstairs. Just off the plate to Matt Olson. It's 1-0. Olson 1 for 1 with a single tonight. Batting .269 with 25 home runs. 1-0 outside wide. Splitter misses, ball 2, 2-0. He's gone cutter splitter. The 2-0 pitch just grabs the bottom corner. That cutter, that same pitch that struck out, got Jim Jarvis looking. Same exact pitch, same exact location. Hard pitch to place out there, but when he does, it's almost unhittable. The 2-1. Outside wide, ball 3-3-1. Went with the sinker. Michael Harris, the second, standing on deck. He has a base hit. Olson 1 for 1. Harris 1 for 1. The 3-1 pitch. Down and away, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Ducks all over the pond. Righty-lefty matchup. Michael Harris the second. First pitch. Off the edge. They gave him a strike. Was not a strike. It's 0-1. I'm sure Michael thought about challenging that. He probably should have. I mean, you got the bases loaded. You got a chance to really break this game open. But nonetheless, the 0-1 pitch, swing, rattles back the sinker, foul. It's 0-2. So now Quantrill may be trying to hit that bottom zone with that nasty cutter. He's also got those benders in his pocket. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Harris just has to shorten up that swing and put the ball in play. You never know what could happen. The infield is back into the left. Huge hole on the left side, the 0-2. Swing, just got a piece of that. Chased a bad curveball in the dirt. I guess he hit it. Look, to me it looked like he whiffed. They don't have a very good camera view. They're showing on the oh yeah, he absolutely missed that ball. Woo! Throw that next pitch. Cal Quantrill step off the bump. So no chance of replay now. The 0-2 count. He missed that thing by about 3 or 4 inches out in front. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, drags it over back to the pitcher off his glove, but he's got it. Cal will flip it to first. Berger with the grab, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves. They put 2 on the board. It's 2-0 good, guys. We go to the top of the third.
So instead of paying $5.60.
No, instead of paying $6.60, I paid $5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So $1.60 you saved.
Yes.
I'd have given you $1.60 to not tell me that story.
Inside the 10-yard line, and you decide to go for it? Have we lost our collective freaking minds? Is this like, are we just playing Madden football now? Right. And I get where people were saying to me, well, it's the new kickoff rule. I don't give a You know how hard it is to go these 75 yards for a touchdown? Do you know how hard that is? I mean, it's incredibly difficult. Kick a freaking field goal. Go up 3-0. Put some pressure on. Like, what in the world are we doing?
You know when the IT guy remotes to your computer and asks if you've rebooted it or not? And then when we do reboot it with you and the problem you were having goes away, there's this one thing that they don't want you to know, and that's that we don't know why the it worked either.
Ruth was a complex mix. He was crude and rough, uncultured.
I was under the shower and I had my face to the wall and the warm water coming down on me, and I was lathering my face and my chest and under my arms with soap. And all of a sudden I felt something a little hotter than the water from the shower. And I turned around, and here was Ruth standing outside the shower that was used in the middle of my back for a urinal. And he laughed, guffawed. He thought that was real funny,
But at the same time, he was a very good man. He loved children. He loved making people happy. He loved doing things for them, far beyond what you would expect from a man of his stature.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
Chris Sale goes back to work as we go back to work here in the top of the third inning. Braves lead it 2-0. Leading off here is the number 7 hitter, Cawley. Lefty-righty matchup. The 0-1 off the plate, changeup misses, 1-1. One count, swing, pop up. High into center field. Underneath it is Michael Harris II. He'll make the catch with ease. 1 away. Nothing in Milwaukee, Marlins and Brewers. Brewers actually do a pretty good job on their City Connects. First pitch on the way, down and in, slider. Misses for a ball, it's 1-0. Whenever I see a City Connect, I always think to myself, would I wear that as a fan out somewhere? Like, would I wear that to the game? The Brewers usually have pretty good. Marlins are terrible. They're right up there with the Phillies. The 1-0 count. Right there, 4-seamer, 1-1. I believe it's a game and a half, Alice. I might be mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's a game and a half coming into today's action. The 1-1. Swing, rips it into left field, down for a base hit. And Diaz gets the first base hit for the Texas Rangers here in the top of the third inning. Rangers have not announced a starter for Sunday's game, and I do wonder if it could be DeGrom, but he has been on the shelf for several days with basically arm fatigue. Lefty-lefty matchup, first pitch down and away. 4-seamer misses, it's 1-0. If it's all the same, I'd prefer DeGrom to start Monday or Tuesday elsewhere. The 1-0. Nicky Lopez batting .310. Right there at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. Swing, fouls it back. It's 1-2. Most Braves fans would remember Nicky Lopez. He was on the 2023 Atlanta Braves team. Little Nicky. He ended up leaving Atlanta, heading to the White Sox in 2024, and has been with the Angels and Cubs as the 1-2. Punches it towards the dugout. We'll do it again. Always liked Nicky. He was a guy that we would play off the. Of course, in 2023 we had such a good offense, but he helped us out quite a bit when we had some injuries to the infield. Not a guy that hits for a lot of power, but always puts the bat on the ball. He's batting .310 this year. Kind of took me by surprise when I went to prepare for this game. The 1-2 count. Sale comes set. Brings it inside. Misses high, 2-2. Red Sox lead the Rays 3-2 in the third. Second part of their doubleheader. Boston, with a 2-2 pitch, swing, laces it towards right field. Making the running catches, Brewer Hicklin for out number 2. He'll flip it back into the infield as Diaz scampers back to first. And there's 2 down. That will bring the top of the order. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging, four-seam fastball. Pops it back foul. It's 0-1. Justin Fox, the designated hitter. 5'11", 205 pounds. 27-year-old out of Huntsville, Alabama, but went to college with the Mississippi State Bulldogs. First-round pick in 2020. The 0-1 pitch swing. Chopper on the ground. Riley's got it. Fires it to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Rangers put one on, but Chris Sale does a great job of getting out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the third, leading by 2 here in Braves country.
Do you know what pimples do when you fall asleep? Nothing. They just sit there.
Whatever the mental illness is that doesn't let me watch any new movies or TV shows anymore, I definitely have that, and it's for sure gotten worse with age.
Hey, boy, this hoe got me up. This hoe talking about she finna stay tonight because it's too much snow on her car. Please. You gotta go. You gotta get your ass on. We finna split pretty big. It's time to go. I don't give a damn how much I hear in Florida. Crazy. Hey, boy, this hoe talking about I stay tonight. I can't see. Don't worry about it. I got a place for you. Get the out of here.
Pro marriage tip: learn to apologize even if you're right. Exactly. For example, I'm sorry that you're always overreacting. And I'm sorry that I'm about to prove my point. And I'm sorry that you always evolve into your mother. And hypothetically speaking...
Are you still drinking?
No, I don't. That's behind me now. Why are you buying?
When we were on road trips, he always made certain that I got the meds on a Sunday morning. If nobody else got the meds, he made sure that I got the meds with him. Perfect gentleman, like a father to me.
Babe Ruth could be both crude and kind. His personality was a paradox, shaped by 2 compelling and conflicting forces. Early in his childhood, George Herman Ruth learned the way of the streets, growing up an incorrigible kid in a tough neighborhood along Baltimore's seedy waterfront. The son of a saloon keeper, wherever Ruth went, trouble followed.
When he was a little kid, he would drink things in the bar. He used to throw things at the cops and at the truckers, and he stole. A real pain-in-the-neck little kid, the kind you can admire maybe if you weren't in charge of him, but it was a real nuisance to his parents.
Welcome back. 2-0 your score. Mauricio Dubon, the batter. Righty left matchup. Quantrell, 54th pitch of the evening. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Turns and kicks. Swing. Hit up the middle, and that ball's going to dribble through for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for Mauricio Dubon.
Pardon me, would you have any?
But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
Little worm burner back up the middle. Dominic Smith, the batter, he's 1 for 1 on the day. Takes the first pitch splitter. Down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Turns and kicks. Swing. Smacks it back foul. Rifles it straight back to the backstop. 1-1. Put some whiskey on it, Rebecca. That's what I've always known to do. If whiskey don't fix it, a little beer will. 1-1 count. Swing, smacks it backwards. 1-2. No, but honest engine, Absol is a lifesaver. The 1-2 count. I don't think I ever quite finished my thought there on that Ken Rosenthal report about the Braves and their trade interest. 1-2. Sinker, smack back foul, and we'll do it again. But he is saying that the Braves are more in line to add a bat than they are a starting pitcher, that the Braves are going to go with the depth in the organization to address the pitching needs. The only reason why I question that is that, not that I think he's making something up, but the Braves are always so tight-lipped. How is it that Rosenthal would find out something? Because nobody ever knows anything that Anthopoulos is up to. 1-2. He'll chase that one off the plate, smack the curve down foul, out of play. And I know Rosenthal has his sources, and I don't question that, but I just question whether or not his sources are penetrating the Braves front office, because he has done so many things over the years where, I mean, if you remember the front office move is the first move over to first to keep Dubon close by, back in plenty of time. When they were searching for the new manager, they didn't have a clue. The 1-2 pitch, caught looking, strike three. Good Lord, Dominic Smith swing the bat. Please! It was right down the pipe! Sitting on a tee! What are we doing? One away. They do find a bat. I think old Dominic's gonna be packing. He's hitting under 200 since the beginning of June. He's hitting just over 200 since the beginning of May. Austin Riley, the batter. First pitch swinging, hammers it over to third, but that's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. So Quantrell gets out of the jam with the backwards K and a double play. We'll go to the top of the fourth. 2-0 Atlanta here in Atlanta.
What a day. I use a drink. Nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
So, how much do you drink?
I think I'm good for about 10 or 12.
10 or 12 a week? That's not bad.
Well, a week. Well,
you drink 10 or 12 beers a day?
You counting beers, too?
How reckless of me. I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry.
She turned out to be a part-time model and a full-time pickpocket.
Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things.
You drinking anymore?
Oh, me? No, I quit drinking, dude.
You never gonna drink again?
Nope.
You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant? Just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go? Yeah, the bar they got in the back.
Oh, the Chinese bar? Okay. What's shaking?
All 4 cheeks and a couple of chins.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol.
Run back to your mix master. Cook up a few more of these.
Cigarette?
No, I never touch them.
Yeah. I suck them down like Coca-Cola.
I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives. And I gave that to them. I may forget about them tomorrow, but they'll live with that memory for the rest of their lives. And that's a gift, man.
One of the women said that she was afraid she might OD.
I thought that was a limit drop. I didn't think it was tequila.
What's that got to do with me?
You and me are gonna have a small talk later on.
I'll be busy thinking up things to say.
Doesn't your wife ever complain that you never spend any time with her?
Would you?
Could you keep it down to a low roar? Some of us have to work.
Put that money down, pal.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
There goes the 2 weeks at camp. I promised the kids this summer.
My birthday, give me a beer, stick a candle in it, and I'll blow out my liver.
Here's to feeling good all the time.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
This crowd's back into it now.
Welcome back, 2-0 your score, top of the fourth inning. Chris Sale is 39 pitches in. He's set to face the heart of the order, the Texas Rangers. First pitch on the way to Wyatt Langford. High and out of the zone, 1-0. Langford grounded out to short his first time up. He's batting .274 on the year with 9 home runs. The 1-0. Vixen fires. Changeup at the knees. 2-0. Did not get the call. It definitely hit the zone. No challenge from the Drake. The 2-0 count. Swing. Rifles back the four-seamer, fouling out of play. 2-1. Langford played his college ball with the Florida Gators and was drafted 4th pick overall. He's out of Trenton, Florida. The 2-1 count. Sale bringing it. Slider, smack backwards, 2-2. Still nothing in Wisconsin with the Brewers and the Marlins. Red Sox have taken a 4-3 lead over Tampa Bay in the third. The 2-2. Misses out and away. And it's a full count. Yankees and Dodgers also scoreless in the fourth. The payoff pitch from Sale. Swing, chopper down the third baseline. Foul and smacking up against the tarps down there. The 3-2, swing, pop up, deep down the left field line, bending foul, and out of play. On deck is Brandon Nimmo. Sale with just 2 strikeouts so far, pretty low for his numbers. Chris comes set. And the conductor brings the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, blew it right by. 97 miles an hour, high cheese, about letter high, 1 away. You didn't see that meant very often playing at Florida. Bringing it. Lefty-lefty matchup. Brandon Nimmo, the batter, first pitch. Slider misses outside, 1-0. 1-0. Turns and kicks. Swing. Slices it towards the left field. Right there is Dubon. F7, 2 away. Had the first doubleheader of the second half of the season this afternoon. Red Sox and the Rays. The next one due up is Wednesday afternoon. I have not made an official pick on it, but it looks like as the first pitch swinging here, lifted high and deep into center field, going back on the track, making the catch at the warning track for a loud out number 3. 75% of this world is covered by water, the rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. We'll be back in a flash.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't have to reuse that container. You can throw it away.
Blue-collar men will look you dead in the face and say they're totally fine while their knee hasn't worked correctly since 2014 and they haven't had a full night's sleep in years. They don't measure pain on a scale of 1 to 10. They measure pain on a scale of, can I still go to work? If the answer is yes, then medically they're invincible. Something in their body stops working. They're like, okay, well, I guess this is a part of me now. And they're always like, it could be worse. The phrase could be worse is blue-collar Prozac. And sleep, blue-collar men do not sleep. They black out briefly. Neglect with a side of confidence. Limping, half asleep, held together by duct tape, ibuprofen, and pure spite. And when you ask them how they're doing, the answer is always fine. Not good, not great, it's just fine. Which in blue-collar language means everything hurts, I'm exhausted, and I will not be talking about it.
He had grown up a bad boy, and he didn't want any of us to go through what he went through. And he used to lecture us along those lines. Do what your mother tells you to do, and do what your father tells you to do. He'd hear a kid swearing, and he'd yell at him, damn it, stop that swearing over there.
He had trouble managing a family, didn't seem to much give a damn about that. He was a paradox.
Ruth had become a major leaguer at 19. Just months after he joined the Red Sox, Babe married his first wife, Helen, herself a babe, barely 16. It was typically impulsive, and Ruth quickly tired of the commitment. Even after adopting a child, rumor had him fathering by way of a maid, the Babe abandoned his family, apparently uncaring of his actions.
I like parking outside of wealthy neighborhoods. I call it manifesting. Also, if one of them leaves their door unlocked, I'm gonna rob them.
Thank you, JC.
We accept one of us. We accept one of us.
Righty lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is outside to Jim Jarvis.
We accept that one.
What an out.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
The 1-0 pitch. Right there. Sinker on the outer edge. 1-1. Man, that was another close one. Jim Jarvis getting some bad luck on these calls, man. On these pitches. He is just painting them against Jarvis. The 1-1 right there at the knees, 1-2. You don't normally see a guy in 2 at bats. So that's 2 in this one, 3 in the other. Get 5 pitches that were just painting on the corner. Normally something goes your way. The 1-2 in the dirt. Bounces in front, 2-2. It'll be Jarvis, Hicklin, and Drake Baldwin. Brewer Hicklin came up last week after the IL stint that the Yaz was sent on. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, rips it up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for JJ. Good piece of hitting there, Jimmy Jarvis.
You know, JJ, I tell you, man, you got too much class.
What can I say? This is it. 100% pure butter.
Worm burner through the hole.
Just slow down now. I can't. My motor is running. I can't stop. Happy, bright, pure dynamite.
Jim Jarvis will see his batting average go up to .313 on that base hit. First pitch to Brewer Hicklin is a sinker down and in. It's 1-0 Hicklin. Flew out to center on the first pitch he saw. Back in the second inning. The 1-0. Turns and kicks. Down and away, 2-0. We start getting the bottom of the order, putting some pressure on the pitching staffs and defense of our opponents. This offense could really take off again. They were flying at the beginning of the year, and they really hit the brakes around the beginning of June, middle of June, as the 2-0 in the dirt, 3-0. But they got a few days off and maybe be able to reset. Most teams are dragging heading through the All-Star break. Boston Red Sox didn't want it to stop. They've won now 10 games in a row, including today, the 3-0. Right there for a strike, 3-1. They lead Tampa Bay. There's always a couple of teams that get red hot coming out of the break. Maybe the Braves can be one of them. The 3-1 count. Brings it. Swing and a miss, sinker. Falling to the ground, full count. Probably should have laid off that one. Looked like that pitch was in and off the plate. But it's a full count. Jarvis is at first, nobody out. Wonder if they'll send Jarvis. Jarvis has speed and he's got pretty good numbers base running down in the minor leagues. The payoff pitch. Swing, chopper down the third base line, foul. Just past the camera, well in front of the tarps there. We'll do it again. The payoff pitch. Cal Quantrell steps out of the box. The payoff pitch, swing, chopper down the third base line. That ball is gonna getting into left field. A big hopper, and the Atlanta Braves are gonna have runners on first and or second and third, and nobody out. Holy cow! That ball took a huge hop.
Kidding? Not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity v in relation to the trajectory t, in which g, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Brewer Hicklin, a Huntsville, Alabama native, played his college ball at UAB, is standing at second with a double, and the Drake comes to the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss, cutter up top, it's 0-1. For folks who weren't here when last weekend, Hicklin is not a young player. He's 30 years old, 6'2", 215 pounds, from Huntsville, Alabama. The 0-1 pitch, swing, roasted it high and deep, going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a, ding dong. A 3-run shot.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
That ball well past the grass. It's witchcraft, your Atlanta Braves, with a 5-0 lead. Smacked into the bullpen. And that'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate. Five to nothing Atlanta. Good to see Drake Baldwin as the 0-1 pitch is swung on, chopped on the ground over to first. It's going to be a G3 in your scorecard, one away. 419 happy feet into the bullpen, and Drake hit his 16th home run of the year. Maybe that'll get him going. He stumbled out of his rehab assignment. He hit a home run right off the jump, if you remember, but then he's really struggled since. That was a hanging slider. That was what they call, as the first pitch, inside four-seam fastball to Matt Olson. 1-0. That's what they call a good old-fashioned cement mixer. That thing hung up, and I saw it. As soon as I saw that thing freeze in the air, I was like, he is going to clobber that pitch. The 1-0. Right there. 1-1. You knew, if nothing else, that was going to score a run on a sac fly. He hung that thing middle in, about belt high. You couldn't have put it better on a tee. The 1-1 to Olson. Inside. 2-1. That's the old. I need to get some of those clips from 61 where it's Maris and Mantle talking to each other and they're coming back to the dugout every time. Is that a slider? Yeah, but it didn't slide. The 2-1 pitch. Up high and out of the zone, 3-1. They do have a right-hander warming up in the pen for the Rangers. Did not see his number, so I'm not 100% sure who it is. I think it's Tiedo, but I could be wrong on that one. The 3-1 pitch, swing, belted. High and deep. Stay fair. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding dong. A solo shot. Matt Olson, baby.
Road field, smooth as it gets.
Pinch me, am I dreaming?
Ice House, always smooth, never watered down.
We must win today. Losing is not an option.
Over the chop house. He said, you can do 419, I'll hit you on a 420. Little smoke. Puff, puff, give. He hits 420, and the Braves lead it 6-0. Michael Harris, the batter, first pitch, curveball, punches it foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and fires. Swing. Rolls it over towards second. That'll be an easy 4-3, and there's 2 down. Mauricio Dubon, the batter, 1 for 2 on the day with a single to center field back in the 3rd inning. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch swing and pop up into right field. That should end the inning. It does, but not for your Atlanta Braves. Add 4 on the board, including back-to-back jacks. That's a fact. Drake with the 3-run shot. Matt Olson with the solo bomb.
Drunk and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen. You hear it? Seize the day, boys. Hello.
Toga! The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka.
Toga!
Because I drank the vodka.
Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, object anyway! Toga!
October 11th. October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th.
Toga!
I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
Toga!
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it! It's yours!
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here. Tonight, this is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them.
Guys tired?
Go get all the sleep I need when I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here.
Toga!
Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son. I want you to remember that no bastard ever won it by dying. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
Toga!
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga! 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 Okay? All right! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let me...
Welcome back. Chris Sale goes back to work. The first pitch is a soft slider down and in to Berger. Lefty-righty matchup, 1-0. Drake with his 16th home run of the year. Olson with his 26th. 1-0. Change up, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Drake Baldwin with 4 RBIs tonight. Ozzie with one, and of course Olsen with his solo shot. 1-1 count. Berger, the former Miami Marlin, right there at the knee. Oh, come on. Come on. Challenge that, Drake. What are we doing? That was a pee at the knees if I ever saw one. About half that ball in the zone on the replay. The 2-1. Swing, hard hit ball over to short. Jarvis backhands it, fires a perfect laser across the diamond. 6-3 on the putout, one away. Ezekiel Duran, the batter, struck out swinging his first time up. Sale comes set, the first pitch. Slider coming from the first base side, drops in for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss over the top. It's 0-2. Got him with the slider again. The 0-2. Brings it. Slider in the dirt. Taken all the way. 1-2. On deck is Cawley, the center fielder. Diaz is in the hole. 1 up, 1 down. Top of the 5th. The 1-2 from Sale. Delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pulled the string with that slider, and there's 2 down. Strikeout number 4 for Chris Sale. That is career strikeout 2,700 for Chris Sale. .2,700 strikeouts in his career. He gets a standing ovation, so we'll go ahead and play the lefty-righty. First pitch on the way. Drops a slider upstairs. Does not get the call. Should have. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One count. Turns and kicks. Check swing. They're going to check down the line. Did he go around? And first base umpire Ben May says that he did. 1-2. The 1-2 to Cawley. Infield back into the left. Sale coming set and delivers. Slider in the dirt. 2-2. Standing on deck is Diaz. Little Nicky Lopez is in the hole. The 2-2. Outside wide, 4-seamer. Kim still coming in at 97 miles an hour. It's a full count. It's got 62 pitches, and if you play this out, the fact that he's had a week off, it'll be interesting to see how long they let him go, but he could go a ways here. The 3-2 rifles it foul. We're in the 5th. Let's say he gets out of this fairly quickly. I mean, we're talking 7th, 8th inning possibly. So a full count to Cawley. Sale comes set. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. And that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Chris Sale has 5 strikeouts. Braves have 6 runs on the board.
Okay, hear me out. But instead of having a happy hour, what if bars just had a sad hour where the strongest drinks were the cheapest? Everybody's totally cool if you just sit there and cry for a little bit.
In the 1950s, radio was losing ground to television in baseball coverage, until a singular innovation changed the game. In 1954, Texas Instruments introduced the Regency TR-1, the first truly portable transistor radio. And for the first of its kind, it was amazingly small, a plastic box around the size of a deck of playing cards. And with a 22.5-volt battery, it would last up to 20 hours. It wasn't cheap. The first model sold for $50, around $600 today. But it was worth it for those who could afford it, because suddenly you can listen to the Yankees in the park, or the Cardinals on a hike. And in a few years, these radios were everywhere. From author Robert Creamer, quote, "You could thread your way through the crowd on a beach and get the game from a dozen portables. In traffic, you'd hear it from 100 different cars," end quote. It took 60 years and the smartphone for live video to truly become portable. And in that time, radio carried baseball to generations of fans, wherever they happened to be.
For a man of Ruth's background, the temptations that fame and fortune brought were too great to ignore.
If you've been a poor kid, and he had been a poor kid, what you want more than anything is more to eat, more to drink, more to enjoy than you ever had in those times when your pleasures were in the dribs and drabs of an extra piece of bread or a bed next to the wall.
Here's a kid who grew up in an orphanage and probably had more animal appetites than 14 animals.
He devoured food. He devoured fun. He was always reaching out for something of enjoyment.
Babe Ruth is the only guy that ever lived up to his reputation.
I've not heard that clip in a long time. 6-0 your score. We're in the bottom of the fifth. A.J. Garcia, the Braves' first-round pick out of Virginia, is at the game tonight. Outfielder. 2 outfielders from college ball that the Braves have drafted in the first round this year. First pitch down and in, slider, it's 1-0. Tells you 2 things right there. A, they're looking to be aggressive at finding some bats that can come to the top sooner than later. It's 1-0 outside, 2-0. You saw that last year. They did 3. They drafted 3 shortstops in the first 3 rounds, and 2 of them were college players. In years past, the Braves have always been doing high school. The 2-0 inside spins Dom Smith around, 3-0. I really like Dom Smith. You can only have so many people on a roster, and I just wonder, past the deadline, is Dominic Smith still on the roster? Because he has been just dreadful the last couple of months, and if they add some sticks, he doesn't give you defensive. 3-0 pitch right there at the knees, 3-1. He doesn't give you any kind of defensive depth on your roster. And if you're not hitting well, it's kind of hard to carry a DH that's designated outing. The 3-1 down and in, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Austin Riley, first pitch goes whistling in, almost hits him. Or does it hit him? Dominic Smith's going to be at second base regardless. And I guess they're saying that it missed him. I don't know how it missed him. Replay on the Braves monitor is kind of shoddy at best. I see a better one for the Texas replay. Yeah, that thing just whistled by his arm. 1-0 count. First pitch right there for a strike. It's 1-1. And 1-1. Turns and fires, down and in. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss at the slider just off the edge. It was Tiedo that came on to pitch for the Texas Rangers. The right-hander is a 25-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. He's got heat, but he usually struggles with command. The 2-2, swing, rifles it back, foul, 100 miles an hour, singing it and bringing it. This is his major league debut, by the way, for Tato. In the minor leagues this year, the 2-2, swing lifted, high and deep into center field, drifting back, near the warning track, making the catch for a long out number 1 is Cawley. Dominic Smith's going to tag up, and he will be safe. So it was a productive out by Riley. You never know. Dominic Smith, not one of our faster runners. A good job, good hustle there by Dominic. And the Dominator is 90 feet away. Would have liked to see a better read on that. He took a long time to go back and tag. Thankfully, the momentum of the outfielder was taking him back to and watching Dominic Smith run from second to third looks like me running to the fridge for a ham sandwich. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. He runs like Fred Flintstone, man. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, chopper. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Here comes Tom, the Jinxie. Good old Jinxie coming here and jinxing us. The 1-1. Brings it. Swing. Slider knocks it off his instep. It's 1-2. Yeah, Mark Suarez was throwing today. They showed him in the outfield at Truist Park. Still no timeline on him, but he was throwing, which is a positive sign. My guess is going to be right around the trade deadline, beginning of August, is when you might see them bring him back. The 1-2 pitch, swing, rifle down the right field line, and JJ's back at it. That'll be an RBI double for Jim Jarvis. How about that?
You know, JJ, I tell you, man, you got too much class.
What can I say?
This is it. 100% pure butter.
I think you better slow down. Just slow down now.
I can't. My motor is running. I can't stop. Happy, bright, pure dynamite.
Jim Jarvis bringing it tonight. 2 for 3 with the run and an RBI. A single and a double so far. First pitch swinging by Hicklin is banged down the third base line. It's 0-1. Hicklin 1 for 2 on the day. The 0-1. Infield back into the left. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Right out over that change. Calls it a change. Still coming in at 93 miles an hour. If you want to call that a changeup, fair enough. When your fastball's coming in at 100, it's not changing much. The 0-2. Swing, rips it up the middle, and that's going to be right into the glove of the second baseman, Nicky Lopez. Little Nicky will flip it to first. 2 down. Braves lead it 7-0. It'll be interesting to see if they do a little less of the. If you think about it, Chris Sale's been pitching about once a week, and we're going to really need him to pitch a little more often now that we're in the back stretch. First pitch sinker, Drake Baldwin down and away. It's 1-0. You can't really run a 6-man rotation the way the bullpen is currently constructed, so he's going to have to start pitching every 5 days. I get the idea of giving him an extra day of rest here and there, the 1-0, inside 2-0. But Chris Sale's been pitching about once a week here recently. They've been skipping a ton of his starts. And I'm not going to put it all on that, but I will say this. If he'd pitch more starts, I don't think the division would be as close. The 2-0 count in the dirt, 3-0. Owen Murphy gets his first start tomorrow. He's been impressive so far. Coming up, he's going to go head-to-head against Mackenzie Gore. That won't be an easy matchup for Atlanta. Tough left-hander. And then there's a question mark going up against Grant Holmes on Sunday, the 3-0. Upstairs for a strike, 3-1. Could be DeGrom, but he may not be ready yet. He's had a little bit of a dead arm issue. They skipped a start last weekend. The 3-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Rifles it into center field, and that's down for a base hit. And your Atlanta Braves lead this one 8-0. A snowman on the board.
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
The Drake is good, and maybe the Drake is back. Hard hit ball back up the middle. 3 for 4 on the night with 5 RBIs. Jim Jarvis comes home to score his second run of the night. And they're going out there talking to Tiedo. Eight to nothing your score, bottom of the 5th. And Ozzie Albies the batter, first pitch slider. Outside for a strike, it's 0-1. They have released, if you missed it, they have released the 2027 schedule. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And take that with a grain of salt, considering all the possible lockout strike possibilities this offseason. But if everything goes off without a hitch, as the 0-2 pitch is going to be chopped on the ground and fumbling and stumbling. Everybody's safe. Jace Young, I'm assuming that's going to be an E4, but nonetheless, first and second.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
They're calling that an infield single. That is a very friendly call, considering the fact that Jace Young all he did, he face planted. There's no other thing you could say about it. He tripped over his own shadow. What do they call it? The turf monster got him in football. First pitch upstairs. Slider for a strike to Matt Olson. It's 0-1. But if the season starts the way it's supposed to start next year, the Braves have a tough way to start that season. 3 at the Dodgers and 3 at the Brewers. The 0-1 pitch, swing, golfs it backwards. 0-2. And then the home opener will be on April 2nd against the Astros, and it's a 7-game series against the Astros and the Giants before they head out to Miami and Washington. The 0-2 count. This is high, sinker, 1-2. They played the Marlins 2 times in a week in that month of April. So half of their matchups against Miami and half of their matchups against Washington are going to be gone before the first month is over. The 1-2. Olsen wants to challenge that. I don't think he's going to get this, but hopefully he does. In the month of April, they'll also see Tampa Bay and St. Louis and finish the month of April against the Mets. And he did not get it. So we'll head to the top of the 6th. 8-0 your score. Snowman on the board coming out of the break here in Braves country.
God, please give me patience, because if you give me strength, I'm going to need bail money.
According to multiple storm models, we're getting between 1 to 3,850 inches of snow this weekend.
I want to go fishing so bad. I haven't been fishing since I was a kid. But I need somebody to put the worm on for me and take the fish off. And don't nobody want to do that part. You know what I'm saying? That fish get to flopping like that. I've been done drop that back in the water. Leave that alone. But I just want the aesthetics of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're out on the water. We had an unpacked lunch. You got a couple brewskis. Got some good music playing. Then you go home, clean up the fish. I don't know. It sound good, but don't nobody want to do that because I don't either.
Why did the sperm cross the road? Because I put the wrong socks on this morning.
Something on your mind?
Just want to let you know you're sitting in my chair.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, it's a fact.
Well, for a man that don't go heeled, you run your mouth kind of reckless, don't you?
No need to go heel to get the bulge on a tub like you.
We left the Back Bay station here in Boston, went down New York, and he got off at 125th Street. And in that time, I saw him drink a quart of scotch. He was perfectly okay. He wasn't drunk or anything. When he got off the train, he was just very genial.
White Sox got a great idea. They're going to take the babe out. They're going to make a night of it. They took him on it. Miller Huggins looked at us and looked at it. He ain't even been in bed all night. He butchered the White Sox. Okay, the game is over. Babe hurries up the steps to get to the White Sox before they disappear. Hey, where are we going tonight?
Pull up a chair and grab a cold. Your home for the classic call, Radio Baseball. Top of the 6th we go. Braves lead this one 8-0. Chris Sale goes back to work in the first pitch. Smacks the four-seamer up top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Stepping out of the box, taking his time out is Diaz. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Braves, 8 runs, 14 hits, and no errors. The only base hit of the night has came from this man at the plate. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Diaz with a single to left back in the third. The 0-2 down and away. One-two count. Turns and kicks. Swing. Pop up. Over there by the first base dugout near the camera well, making the catch for out number 1. Welcome in, Iron Lung. One down here in the top of the 6th. Chris Sale, by the way, sitting at 68 pitches, so doing very well on that front. First pitch, lefty-lefty, swing and a miss. Nicky Lopez, the batter. Yes, that Nicky Lopez. It's 0-1. It's interesting, the Braves do not play The Phillies next year until May in Philadelphia. The 0-1 pitch fouls it away. 0-2. And then they'll play him again in June in Atlanta. Late June. By the way, if you're looking for a weekend to go to a Braves game or a wraparound, June 18th, 19th, and 20th, they are at home against the Yankees. And June 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, they're at home against the Phillies. So you could hit that Sunday, Monday, and see both the Phillies and the Yankees. That'd be a pretty cool little trip. The 0-2 chopper over to second, 4-3, 1 away. The All-Star break, which is supposed to be in Chicago this year, or next year, excuse me. Right before the All-Star break, for the first time in quite some time, we don't see the Cardinals. We see the Reds in Atlanta. And when we come out of the break, we'll be going to Boston and then back home to Philadelphia. But the tail end of July next year is majority on the road. Pitch on the way, four-seam fastball, pops it up, high in the sky, F9 your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. Rangers go down 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the sixth here in Braves country, leading by 8.
Oh, my mama. Soon as you be trying to eat and drive, now all of a sudden every light green.
Where do the people that work the tolls park? Because they're on the highway, and there's not a parking lot in sight. Maybe they're all walkers? Probably not. Maybe they live there.
Okay. Boop, you got me on the edge of the bed. Now I'm over here looking at carpet. Can you slide over a piece?
Hey, I ain't got no room over here either.
You ain't got no room, Boop?
No. Babies with grown-up names freak me out. Like, no, I don't want to hold Barry. You talking about, can you babysit Barbara? No. She's freaking 4 years old and look like she's about to come in my house and judge me because my baseboards aren't clean.
Shout out to whoever said men would rather sit around naming random athletes instead of going to therapy. I'm in the middle of a very emotional time of my life. Nothing has provided comfort quite like going through my old trading card collection. Something about reliving the career of Keenan McCardell has been incredibly soothing for me.
Then, of course, he ate God knows how many hot dogs.
He'd run me back into the dressing room during a game and get a couple of hot dogs and a bottle of soda pop. I'd go back 2, 3, 4 times during a ball game. Hot mustard, relish, sauerkraut. He had the works.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, my. Yes, he ate. He was hungry. He had an appetite for everything. He wanted to taste everything. He chased women.
There were times when even Ruth took excess to the extreme. He missed 2 months of the 25 season with a mysterious illness the writers called the bellyache heard round the world, although others hinted that syphilis was the more likely cause.
He did everything to excess. The bad things and all of the good things, too.
Just when I thought food couldn't make a call, onion rings.
Michael Harris II takes the first pitch to start off the bottom of the sixth, down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 8-0 righty-lefty matchup, the 1-0. Sinker right there, 1-1. Flamethrower so far, 1 inning, 3 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout. 1-1 pitch, swing, rifles it foul. 1-2. Game 2 tomorrow is 4:10 first pitch coming on the air, 3:45. And then 1:15 on Sunday, first pitch 1:35. Then we welcome in the Padres for 3. All-night games of the first 3 is the 1-2 pitch lifted into center field and making a jumping catch out there is Cawley for out number 1. He misplayed it originally. Great job to readjust because he had to dart back towards the wall. That ball was going to go flying over his head. Top of his jump, extension of his glove, and just stopped that ball from rolling to the back of the warning track. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday games are going to be night games at 7:15, coming on the air at 7. And then Thursday is a day game, getaway day, 12:15, Braves and Padres. The 0-1-2 Mauricio Dubon, righty-righty matchup, swing, pops it back foul, 0-2. Brewers have tied it up with the Marlins 1-1. The 0-2. Pop up. Third base side, foul territory. Looks like it's going to stay in play. It will. F5 in your scorecard. Jace Young making the catch, and there's 2 down. Out-of-town scoreboard coming up next. Dominic Smith back to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Righty-lefty, first pitch swinging, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Iron Lung, good to see you. You still planning on coming on Tuesday? I want to double check that before I said anything. The 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. 1-1 count. Dominic Smith 1 for 2 on the day with a single in the second, and he walked in the fifth. This is 1-1 inside, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swing, chopper off the plate. Two count. And the tarps are off up there in the nosebleed section. They are having a blast here on a Friday night. The 2-2 to Dom Smith. High and out of the zone, 3-2, full count. Fiedo, I don't know what his typical usage was, but he is sitting at 42 pitches now. The payoff pitch. Out and away, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Yeah, the tarps are waving up there in the upper deck. And that's going to be it. They're going to hit the break with the bullpen change. We'll be back in a flash. 8-0 good guys here on the first day back. Gavin Collier is going to come on here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th, righty-righty matchup. And Austin Riley take the first pitch right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Collier, 22 appearances and a 3.68 ERA. Runner at first, 2 outs. The Braves lead at 8-0. The 0-1 pitch. Looking back the runner. Kicks and fires. So an 0-2 count. Pitch inside, misses. 1-2. He's gone 4-seam sinker, 4-seamer. That one missed with the sweeper. Infield back into the left. The pitch on the way. Swing, rifle shot over to first, but it's an atom ball right at Jake Berger, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves have taken an 8-0 lead here in the first game, being back here in Braves country on a Friday night.
On my mama, ATM be having $4 withdrawal fees and talking about cover your pen. You the thief?
Baby, I could give a less that it is 7 degrees where you live. It is 50 degrees in Florida, which means I am still cold. Every time a Floridian gets up on this app and it's like, I'm freezing, it's 50 degrees out. Here comes somebody from the North Pole talking about, at least it isn't 7. No one told you to live with Santa Claus. No one. Do you know what?
Out-of-town scoreboard looks like this on Friday, July 17th. Outside of Braves country, you got the Dodgers leading the Yankees 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. 7th in New York. They're in Fenway, second part of a doubleheader that the Red Sox took game 1 in. It's 5-3 Boston. They're heading to the bottom of the 7th. It's 8-0 here in Atlanta, heading to the top of the 7th. The White Sox lead the Blue Jays 8-3 in Toronto, 6th inning. Brewers and Marlins, 1-1 your score, bottom of the 5th. Twins and Cubs, Minnesota, 4-1 over Chicago. They're in Wrigley in the 4th. Royals hosting the Padres, up 1-0 in the 4th inning. Orioles and Astros, 1-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. The Reds are in Denver to face the Rockies. 1-0 top of the 3rd. And later on tonight, out in Anaheim, it's the Tigers at the Angels. In Sacramento, the Athletics host the Nationals. Cardinals are at the Desert to face the Diamondbacks. Giants are in Seattle versus the Mariners. And earlier today, Red Sox 10, Rays nothing. Pirates and Guardians were postponed. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow.
Cover the point spread, cover the point spread, cover the point spread, cover the point spread.
First pitch on the way is an excuse me swing off the slider. It'll roll foul. In between home and third, excuse me. It's 0-1. Chris Sale cruising tonight. Six innings, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed, no runs, no walks. If you're wondering, the line out in the Desert on strikeouts was 7.5, 8.5 on some books. Lefty-righty matchup, the 0-1 pitch. Swing chopper down the line. Smacked with the changeup. It's 0-2. Wyatt Langford at the plate. On deck is Brandon Nimmo. Jace Young is in the hole. The 0-2. Kicks and fires. Down and away. Outside. Slider misses. 1-2. One-two count. Swing. Pop up. Jim Jarvis fading back into very shallow center field territory. He'll make the grab. F6 on your scorecard, and there's one down. Nimmo, who is fouled out and lined out, steps to the plate. Chris Sale, this will be pitch 77 of the night. First pitch, swing and a miss. Rifles it right by him. It's 0-1. Tuesday nights, we're going to start something here in Braves country. We've got folks that are going to come on here and spend about an inning from the crowd to come in and chat away about what's going on in Braves country. Is the 1-0 right there for a strike on the outer, or 0-1 first ball on the outer edge. It's 1-1. I believe Iron Lung, unless he chickens out, is going to be the first person to do it. The 1-1 pitch, swing. Rips it down the line, foul. 1-2. Now, whether or not we'll be able to understand him is a different story if he's 9 vodka drinks deep, but, you know. 1-2 count. So that's a good point, YouTube. Cincy. It's got to feel foreign to Chris Sale to get this much run support. Four-seam fastball, fires it down the line, fouling out of play. I can see it now. The 1-2 pitch. Slider down and in, 2-2. Iron Lung coming on. You know what your problem is? The government. 2-2. 8-0 your score, top of the 7th. Pitch on the way. Swing, rifles it down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Coming up with it is Dubon. He'll fire it to second and throws a little bit off the mark. If it's on line, they're probably going to get Nemo. But it's a 1-out double for Brandon Nimmo and the Texas Rangers. But I believe this Tuesday is when Iron Lung's going to make his debut and get with Brian, or Rich 22, a.k.a. He is going to set him up and just let me know who's coming on and when. Slider right there for a strike to start off the at-bat with Young. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 on the day. Berger on deck, the 0-1. Pitch 84. Down and in. Did not go around, 1-1. 8 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Atlanta Braves. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Texas Rangers. The 1-1 from Sale. Kicks and fires. Lifted. High and deep into left field, but not deep enough. Underneath it is Mauricio Dubon. And there's 2 down. This is probably, even with the low pitch count, this is probably Chris Sale's last inning of work. They want him to go back out there in 5 days. They may cut it at 7 innings, even though he's only at 85 pitches. Duran struck out his first 2 times, 0 for 2 on the day. Or excuse me, Jake Berger. I got ahead of myself. Jake Berger struck out swinging, grounded out to short. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Deep down the right field line, giving chase to Brewer. Hicklin into the seats. 0-1. The 0-1 count. Sale looks in. Turns and kicks. Four-seamer misses high. 1-1. Yeah, that was Iron's first question was, is this going to cut into my drinking time? What are we doing here? 1-1 count. Will there be a breathalyzer? The 1-1 right there at the knees. Good changeup. That's probably the best changeup he's thrown all night. His 88th pitch of the night. The 1-2. Infield back into the left. Nimmo at second. Sale steps off the bump for a second. Pitch number 89 for Chris Sale. Swing and a miss, strike three, 98 miles an hour, blew it right by him. We'll go to the bottom of the seventh, time to get up and stretch here in Braves country. Welcome back. Jim Jarvis, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup is Collier back out there for try to give him another inning of work. The pitch right there. The knees, it's 1-1. The 1-1 to Jarvis. Kicks and fires. Sweeper well outside. 2-1. Jim Jarvis 2 for 3 on the night. Drake Baldwin had not had such a huge night so far. He'd be in line for player of the game. Pitch is fouled away. It's 2-2. Drake Baldwin is 3 for 4 with the home run and 5 RBI. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. But Jarvis might get a tip of the cap here as well, because, man, if that kid can start hitting, and look, Brewer Hicklin's given some good at-bats tonight. He's only got the one hit. He's 1 for 3, but he's given some good at-bats. And it's kind of impressed us since he's been up. No telling how long he'll be here. As the payoff pitch, swing lifted. High into center field, going back on the track, making the catch at the warning track for a loud out number 1. Gave it a ride. Could not get it out. Evan Carter is now in center field. Osuna is in left for Langford. Nemo comes out. And Cauley goes from center to right. 1 up, 1 down. Brewer Hicklin, the batter. First pitch, swing and a miss. Cutter upstairs. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Oh, Nick, I actually misunderstood what you said earlier. Is the 0-1 swing and a miss? It's 0-2. I thought you were saying that he had to go over 5 2/3. You were saying under. O2 count. Hicklin 1 for 3. Double in the 4th. Scored a run. Collier brings it. Misses high. 1-2. The 1-2. Out and away, 2-2. Standing on deck, top of the order, Drake Baldwin. Ozzie Albies in the hole. The 2-2 pitch. Way outside wide. Just a bit outside. It's a full count. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase the cutter down and away. Strike 3. We're going to play the game during the game. Iron Lung, I hear you. Oh, we're definitely doing that in the near future. Your schedule and my schedule don't line up. Drake Baldwin, the batter, righty-lefty, first pitch. Swing, rifles it foul over the dugout. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Need to try to do it. 0-1 pitch, misses high, 1-1. Let me know if you can do it Monday late afternoon, Iron. I don't think I have anything there. The 1-1 swing, rifles it high and deep into left field territory, but it's going to bend foul into the seats. Up there near where they're doing the tarps off. That thing was hot shot up there. Drake Baldwin 3 for 4 if you're just joining us. 1 home run, 5 RBI. The 1-2 four-seamer. That goes inside. But yeah, Iron, let me know if Monday works for you. We might be able to pull it off then. The 2-2 count. Swing, chops it off his instep. If not, let me look at the schedule going forward. We might be able to sneak one in. The 2-2 count. Just below, outside, full count. It's really close to where Jim Jarvis got rang up at the beginning of the game. Did look like it just missed the zone, but not by much. If that thing gets challenged, he may have gotten it overturned. The payoff pitch, swing, smacks it back, foul. If nothing else, we're seeing better at bats by Drake Baldwin. He's 3 for 4 tonight. But just in general, the last calendar week, you've seen much better at bats by Drake Baldwin. The payoff pitch pops that back foul, four-seamer. Wonder if we could get this score up a little higher, we may get some Jorge Mateo pitching in the 9th inning. The payoff, swing, chops it down the first base line, and will do it again. I thought Iron was off on Mondays. The payoff pitch. Upstairs misses high, and it's ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch right there, four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. Ozzie 2 for 4 on the day. He is singled in the second, an infield single in the 5th. The 0-1 pitch, high and out of the zone, 1-1. If you missed the beginning of the game, the Braves scored 2 in the second. RBIs by Baldwin and Ozzie on singles. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, sweeper down and in, 1-2. They led 2-0, and then the bottom of the 4th, they really broke it open. A 3-run homer was the deal. Drake Baldwin and Olsen, they went back-to-back, scoring 4 runs there. The 1-2 pitch inside, four-seam fastball. I think that hit Ozzie on the leg. He is down. Appears to be okay. And he'll head on down to first. But the main concern, up 8-0, is where did it hit him? I think it got him on that shin pad, so he should be okay. I don't know what that is in reference to. Change, Ray, but it's funny. So 2 on, 2 out. It did look like it hit him right on the shin pad. Braves led it 6-0, and in the bottom of the 5th, Jarvis doubled home Dominic Smith, and then Baldwin singled home Jarvis, and that's where we stand, 8-0. 1-0 count to Matt Olson. Man, if he could crack one, we will get Jorge Mateo pitching. 1-0 outside wide, 2-0. You would assume that Chris Sale's day is done. 7 innings, 2-hitter, 6 strikeouts, no runs, and also no walks. 89 pitches. You talk about spinning a gem coming out of the break. The 2-0 pitch. Sweeper grabs the outer edge. 2-1. Two-one count. Looks like Medeiros is warming up in the pen. That kid's got some filthy stuff. I like watching him pitch. The 2-1 pitch. High and outside wide. 3-1. Harris stands on deck. The 3-1. Swing and a miss at the sweeper up top, and it's a full count. The payoff pitch to Olsen. Inside, down and in, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Ducks all over the pond. Mound visit coming in. That is the pitching coach once again, Jordan Teagues. Skip Shoemaker still in the bullpen. They do have a right-hander warming up in the pen. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. Michael Harris II's coming to the plate. Dubon is on deck. Dominic Smith is in the hole. Harris 1 for 4 on the day. The double to left. The first pitch on the way is a sweeper outside the mark. Taken for a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Infield back and to the right. Turns and kicks. Swing! That ball is belted high. That ball is belted deep. That ball's going back on the track and off the wall. It just missed pay dirt. The runs will come around to score. It is a bases clearing double for Money Mike, baby. Let's go, Braves country.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
A skyscraper. Clouds must have all but left Braves country because that would have brought rain. It hit the very top of the wall. Leaping attempt out there in right field was Cauley just underneath it. And it smacks off the top of the wall, and with 2 outs, everybody was moving, and the Braves lead it 11-0. Dubon takes first pitch out there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, kicks and fires, swing, rips it through the gap, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Michael Harris comes around to score, and it's an RBI single for Mauricio Dubon.
Pardon me, would you have any?
But of course.
12-0.
One of life's finer pleasures.
Skip Shoemaker's coming out there to get his right-hander. We'll go to break. Bullpen. Doors opening once again. Good God almighty, there's a party in here. Welcome back. Dominic Smith, your batter. 12-0 your score. Bottom of the 7th. First pitch is outside wide. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Someone asking about, did anybody hit a grand slam? Almost. Michael Harris hit a bases-clearing double just moments ago that hit the top of the wall out in right field just under the chop house. Four-seam fastball is right there for a strike, 1-1. This is a 3-run double by Harris. And then, of course, Drake got it started with the 3-run dinger. When was that? Back in the fourth inning. Pitch right there outside, 2-1. 2-1 count. Home runs by Drake, his 16th of the year. And Olsen hit his 26th. They were back-to-back in that inning in the fourth, the 2-1. Down and away, 3-1. It's a good sign for the Braves offense. I will say one thing, one caveat. We were going up against Cal Quantrill, and that's not exactly Jacob deGrom, but we'll take it the way this offense has been playing lately. The 3-1. Inside, chopper. Full count. A little bit of a tougher test tomorrow with, first of all, the Braves are going up against a lefty, which they have not done well against during this, it was about 2 months where they've been kind of in a funk. Mackenzie Gore, who's pitched the Braves pretty well over the past. And then Sunday's game, they have not released their starters yet. By the way, the Red Sox did beat the Rays tonight, completing the doubleheader sweep and extending an 11-game winning streak. 3-2 pitch is popped up. Over there at third base, coming over, can of corn, and it's going to be an F5 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Atlanta Braves have taken a 12-0 lead, putting 4 on the board. We'll go to the 8th here in Braves country.
6 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS! Where at? I'm in the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you've probably seen a couple.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
And we are going to get some Jorge Mateo action coming out of the pen. Most likely next inning, Victor Medeiros, who had already warmed up when it was 8-0, first pitch on the way. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. Medeiros can bring it. We've seen him a couple of times so far. The 0-1. Four-seamer, fouls it away. 0-2. The 0-2 count. Dominic Smith is the 0-2 outside wide, 1-2. He is now in to play first base for Matt Olson. They put Madero at the spot where Olson bats, and Mateo is fielding for Ozzie Albies at second. 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. So Drake's still behind the plate. I'm a little surprised by that they haven't pulled him yet. Mateo's at second. Madero's on the mound. Harrison Dubon are still in the outfield, as are Hicklin. Riley's at third, Jarvis at short, and Dominic Smith is at first. There will be a test here later on all that. The 2-2. Outside and away. Full count. Payoff pitch, swing lifted. High into right field, drifting in, making the easy catch is Brewer Hicklin. And there's one away. One up, one down. Cawley to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. Cutter. Way outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Madero's looked like he kind of slipped during that release. Appears to be okay. The 1-0. Swing. And into right field. Coming in and trying to make the diving catch is Hicklin. It's off his glove. Here comes the throw from Mateo. Very close play, but it appears it's going to be a one-out double for the Rangers. It's a head-first slide, very, very close. So now to the plate here in the top of the 8th inning, 12-0 your score, righty-righty matchup. First pitch is a cutter to Diaz, who's 1 for 2 on the day. The single and a foul out, it's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Fouled off, 1-1. Piece of the bat splintered off during that foul tip. Diaz goes to get a new bat. One to one your score, or excuse me, 12-0 your score. 1-1 the count. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Game 2 tomorrow, 4:10 first pitch. The 1-1, out and away. Cutter misses, 2-1. Runner at second, 1 out. Time is called. Steps out of the box for a second. The 2-1 pitch. Medeiros brings it. Swing, pop up, High and deep into right field, drifting back at the warning track, making the catch is Brewer Hicklin. He'll fire it into the infield, and there's 2 down. On the play, Cawley tags up at second, heads down to third. Welcome in, Prosser. Why are you telling someone to spit out Jack Daniels, James Ray? Swallow that sucker. Don't be scared. Runner at third, 2 outs. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, down and in, it's 1-0. I'd say there's a fairly good chance that we get Jorge Mateo to come in, which means to pitch next inning, Cutter down and away. That'll leaving it up at 1-1. You could see Kyle Farmer play some defense, and then for that matter, get Eli White into the game and maybe give Michael an inning off. 1-1, out and away, 2-1. Or I guess in theory you could have Dubon come down to short and Eli go to the outfield. 2-1 count. This is one of those games that you wish you had one of those college football type of rosters where there's 50 guys sitting on the bench. 2-1 is going to get slapped into the hole, and the shutout is broken up. It's 12-1 as the Rangers come across for the first time tonight. One run, 4 hits, no errors for Texas so far. 12 runs, 16 hits, no errors for Atlanta. I've got a question, if anybody can answer this. Where are all those people that are always in such a bad mood in here? I don't see any of them. Righty-righty matchup. Fosk, the designated hitter, top of the order, takes the first pitch high and outside. It's 1-0. It's not, but they just put a camera on a dude that looks like dude dressed up in Braves gear. He's a dead ringer for Brett Favre, eating popcorn in about the 30th row. I mean, there's no way that's him, but man, it looked like him. 1-1 count. Exactly, Lung. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, where's all this? Oh, the sky is falling. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. Standing on deck is Osuna, not Ozuna, not the guy you're thinking of. He came in for Langford last inning defensively. The 1-2 pitch, swing, drops it into left field, and it's a 2-out single for the Rangers. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. Darris needs to find a way to get out of this. Last thing you want to do is get this interesting where we have to get one of our big boys up. Need to give them as much time off as we can. We don't have a day off for a hot minute. Let's see when the next day off is. I know it was several days coming out of the break. First pitch right there, 4-seamer. It's 0-1. The 0-1. It's August 3rd. Ball's hit into the air. A flare, foul territory, and making a leaping, diving grab is Austin Riley. Wow, what a play. That bat hasn't been alive, but man, that glove has been clicking for the last several weeks. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the 9th here in Braves Country.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again. And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be. I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game. In my book, we're going to be winners. Okay? Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it!
One game. Tonight, we stay with them, and we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great team. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
All we need to win are the fellas in this room right now. And all you fellas need to do is believe it. Believing that things can get better, that I can get better, that we will get better. To believe in yourself, to believe in one another. If each of you can truly do that, can't nobody rip that apart.
Everybody wrote us off. Everybody. And yet here we are, 40,000 people out there have also written us off. And there are a few out there who do still believe in you, if you'll never give up on it. If you go back out on the field, those are the people I want in your minds. Those are the people I want in your hearts. Every man at some point in his life is going to lose a battle. He's going to fight and he's going to lose. But what makes him a man is that in the midst of that battle, he does not lose himself. This game is not over. This battle is not over. So let's hear it one more time. Together. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Let's go!
And this crowd's back into it now.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Welcome back. Austin Riley at the plate. Kyle Hishioka fires a pitch to Riley, and Riley blasts it off the facade. It's going to be a solo shot. And before you get too excited, Kyle Hishioka is a catcher.
You're my boy, Drew!
So he's not a relief pitcher, he's a catcher.
Drew, you're my boy!
So the home run was off an Ephus pitch, but he was able to keep it straight. And sometimes that's all that matters. First pitch swinging, banged it on the ground, Jim Jarvis. 6-3 on the putout. One away. Riley's second hit of the night. The home run. Second run scored tonight, first RBI. Brewer Hicklin, the batter, first pitch upstairs. Ephus high. 1-0. The 1-0. Inside. I kind of wish Brewer would have took one on the arm there. It was about a 50-mile-an-hour pitch. He could have stuck his little elbow pad out there and got a hit by pitch, the 2-0. Outside wide, 3-0. .3-0 count. Right there at the knees. Ephus coming in. 3-1. The 3-1. And that will miss. Ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Making way for Joey Bart. Coming in for Drake Baldwin, who was 3 for 4, 5 RBIs. He's getting a seat. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch. Up and out and away. It's 1-0. Joey Bart batting .216 on the year with a handful of home runs. The 1-0 misses. 2-0. 2-0 count. It's against Hishioka is a catcher. He's coming in doing what I'm expecting Jorge Mateo to do for the Braves. The 2-0 misses high. 3. Oh, they called that a strike? Okay. I don't think you're going to get a big argument from Joey Bart up 13-1. That pitch was high and out of the zone. He challenges that. It's not even going to register. The 2-1 pitch swing. Pop up towards center field, running in, making the catch. Out there in center is Evan Carter, and there's 2 down. Still 1-1 in Milwaukee. Brewers and Marlins squaring off. I believe they're heading to the bottom of the 8th now. Jorge Mateo, the batter. First pitch in the dirt, bounces away. 1-0. Runner at first stays put with a 12-run lead. Medeiros is on deck. So they may have him pitch in the 9th inning. I thought it would be Mateo, but maybe not. The 2-0 smacks it down the left field line. That ball goes over the fence after bouncing on the warning track, so it's going to be a grounds rule double. You say Mateo, I say Matajo. And runners at second and third with 2 outs. And Medeiros. This would be fun to see a pitcher maybe get everybody is leaning over the dugout right now with big grins, wanting to see Medeiros swing the bat. First pitch, fouls it straight back, it's 0-1. They are having a ball with this. Braves lead it 13-1, second and third. 2 outs, the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Ephus pitch every single time unless I tell you different. If I'm Medeiros, man, I just kind of poke one. The 1-1 pitch swing. That ball's a hot shot, a rocket, and the Braves are going to get a 2 RBI single from Medeiros. He does the punch in the air, and the Braves have put 15 on the board. How about that?
Kidding? It's not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity v in relation to the trajectory t, in which g, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
A hot shot, a bullet smacked off the third base bag and then into the air, bringing both runs around. Michael Harris, the second, takes the pitch down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, pop up. Will it stay in play? Foul territory, first base side. Nope. Another souvenir. 1-1. I'd look, that's out there throwing these 50-mile-an-hour Ephus pitches. Medeiros needs to steal second. Just go, buddy. The 1-1. Swing, lifted. Into left field, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put another trace on the board. It's 15-1. Good guys on a Friday night here in Hotlanta.
Yo, when I die, take the bouquet off my casket and throw it in the crowd and see who next.
Went to the restaurant last night and the waitress looks at me and says, "I hope you don't mind waiting a bit." I was like, "No, I don't mind." So, "Okay, can you take these drinks to table 9?
I had a question real quick.
What?
I went outside of my car, right? I was about to leave.
Yep.
And like the logo on the the little words like on the wheels that has like the logo in.
Yep.
It was upside down. Does that mean like my tires like upside down?
What do you mean the logo was upside down?
You know like the little logo on the wheel?
Yeah, the name of the tire.
Looks like
on the sidewall it's called.
Yeah, looks like.
Do you know what a sidewall is?
Yes. My tire's upside down.
What do you mean it's upside down? The tire hasn't been touched.
My tire's upside down.
What makes you think the tire's upside down?
Because the words were once there on there on.
The wheel is circle.
Had to have an operation. My father, who worked at Yankee Stadium almost all his life, was a very hard-working man, but they didn't have that kind of money. Dr. Smith, who was the head of the hospital, said because my name was Mary Smith, we had to be related, and I wouldn't have to pay. But I was told later from another doctor that wasn't true. It was paid for by the babe. And and they told me he was a friend of my father's. I just kept looking at his face because he had such a beautiful smile.
We had a little orange juice stand. It was right near the golf course. He was playing golf. He said to me his name was Babe Ruth, and I said, well, where's your candy bars? Because that's all I knew was Babe Ruth was a candy bar. Well, they laughed. They thought this was real funny, and I put my head down and sort of started to cry. I guess he patted me on the head. He said, you going to be here tomorrow? And I said, yes. So he came back the next day, gave us a whole big box of Baby Ruth candy bars. He just said, now, little girl, don't you forget who I am. He had such beautiful blue eyes. They sparkled.
What will you be doing when you're there?
Shaking, taking names? What do you mean? Nothing new for me.
Really?
Welcome back. They are going to put Medeiros out there for another inning. I thought they would try to save him, and I was right about one thing. Buck Farmer is coming on to play third for Austin Riley. Braves lead at 15-1. I thought they would let old Mateo throw some ephus pitches out there. But this will probably get us out of here quicker. First pitch on the way. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. It's going to be an F5, and immediately Farmer makes the catch, one away. What they'll most likely do is they will send Medeiros back down to the minors, because if he pitches, where's he at right now? Sitting at 23 pitches. They may keep him around, but what they have been doing is the first pitch cutter on the outer edge, it's 0-1. They'll send him down because they won't be able to use him for a few days. I would kind of prefer that they didn't, as the four-seam fastball top shelf 1-1. Because you're coming out of the break, so you don't need him tomorrow no matter what happens. You don't need him for a couple of days, so you could let him rest and keep him on the roster, the 0-2. Fouls it away deep down the right field line, and we'll do it again. So they could keep him on, but what they have been doing is sending these guys down, then they'll go. Next thing you know, Cookie Carrasco's back in the mix. I just prefer to see a guy who can throw over 90 miles an hour on the roster. The 0-2 pitch peppers it over the first base dugout. Braves lead at 15-1. 15 runs off of 19 hits. So if you had the over-under at 19.5, they will not get to 20 tonight on the hit parade. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Texas. The 0-2. Right there, caught looking strike 3. Young wants to argue, and I'm sure home plate umpire Chris Conroy is saying something to the effect of, shut it. It's 15-1. Swing the bat or get to walking. 2 down. Jake Berger, the batter, he's 0 for 3 on the night. Righty, first pitch. Four-seamer grabs the outer edge. It's 0-1. Or 1-0, excuse me. They called that a ball. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Thank you, Uncle Charlie.
We accept one of us. We accept one of us. Uber gobble, uber gobble, uber gobble. One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
Thank you for the channel support there, Charlie. The 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Yeah, I bet Chris Sale would like to just take some of these runs and stick them in his pocket and save them for later. He has got no run support, and then all of a sudden he gets all the support. The 2-2, outside wide, full count. Rangers are down to their last strike. It's a 15-1 score. The 3-2 pitch. Swing, slices it towards second. Mateo's there, and he'll flip it to Dominic Smith, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. 15 runs, 19 hits, and no errors for your Atlanta Braves. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Texas Rangers. And that game ball, we're going to give it to Drake Baldwin. 3 for 4, a home run and 5 RBIs. 2 runs scored as well. He had the big home run that really separated the game, gave the Braves at the time a 5-0 lead. Other honorable mentions. How about Matt Olson going 2 for 3 with a home run and an RBI and 2 runs scored? How about Jim Jarvis? JJ went 2 for 5 with 2 run scores and an RBI. Michael Harris, 2 for 6, but he had 3 RBIs of his own and a run scored. Almost got a home run, almost got a grand slam. And, of course, Chris Sale, 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, just 2 hits allowed. And I think you also have to put an asterisk on Victor Medeiros. He came in and he ate 2 innings. He struck out 1, but he also chipped in with the 2 RBI single. Time for the MVP. MVP nod will go to Uncle Charlie. Thank you for the 50 spot tonight, Charlie. And a tip of the cap to old JC. He chipped in with 20. Appreciate y'all supporting the channel and appreciate everybody in Braves country. The country club members supporting the channel on a monthly basis. And we will see you tomorrow night, or actually tomorrow afternoon, excuse me. 3:45 we come on the air. Might come on a touch earlier. It really depends on how long the interviews are tonight. I'll end up editing those after the game here. But your Atlanta Braves win it 15-1. If we're coming on earlier, you'll see the time amended on the start time of the show. But first pitch, 4:10 regardless, and your Atlanta Braves come out of the break. They're now 16 games over 500, 56-40, and 28-18, 10 over 500 at home. Tomorrow, we get to see the kid, Owen Murphy, get his first start. Ought to be a lot of fun.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.